Greetings. Good morning here anyway. I have a video I want to do that is completely spontaneous. Didn't plan on this one. It's not on my list. Just on my heart. Don't have any great conclusions with it. I already can tell you that up front. It's just something I'm pondering and I want to share. In my Bible listening this morning, I've been doing the audio Bible a lot, and I was listening in Exodus as it's going through, and it's of course describing the building of the tabernacle and the holiness and whatnot of God. And I started pondering that, several times through there it talks about, I am God and holy and various ways and phrasings of that, but pondering that holiness. I also yesterday was listening to a video that just came across my feed on YouTube. I think it was John Piper, having a discussion over coffee in the sanctuary, stuff like that. And one of the things, I didn't get to listen that closely to the video, but one of the things he was talking about, whatever your opinion or feelings on that, it's not the point, but he was talking about the holiness and reverence is a lot of times lost in our society and culture. That respect, if you will, of that holiness of God. God is a holy God. And in my prayers a little bit ago, I found myself pondering that mid-prayer and just wanted to tell God thank you for being a holy God. Because I think of various TV shows and stuff I used to watch that I don't even watch now, and wouldn't, but stuff like Hercules and Xena a long time ago, I would watch that, and they had all the, of course, the Greek gods, and they would have them being naughty and ornery and troublemakers, causing problems, and not in any way moral or good. Those shows, of course, they're not real, they're fiction. I get that. But the point is that's kind of the image of a lot of different false gods out there. I call them false, and a lot of people would probably get a little bit annoyed at me doing that, but that's okay. They are false. I know all down through time people have been largely polytheistic. There are monotheistic cultures as well. But a lot of those, especially the polytheistic, my image of them is for them being very naughty or almost opposing to humanity. And I was marveling this morning at how very much not like that God really is. He is a holy God. He's a good God. He is God. I want to be careful with my language here, because God is very, very clear that He is God. He is the only God. But my compare and contrast is to this false notion of these other gods that people come up with, and how flawed they are. And how I am so grateful that that is not what God is. That God is just, He's good, He's loving, He can be firm, stern, He can even be angry. He can be lots of different things. But He's not opposed to humanity. He's not battling against us, if you will. He sent His Son to die for us. And obviously, what greater love is there but that? My eyes, like when I was pondering all this morning, my eyes fell on this planner. My husband had, found it at the store one day and picked it up for me. And the very front of it has, "I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." And it's from Jeremiah 29:11. I'm not sure exactly which version they're quoting. But that is the heart of how God helps us. He has plans to prosper us. It's not to oppose us or to come against us or to be an enemy. We all know who that enemy is. That enemy is Satan. God does chasten us. He does discipline us. But it's very much like that parent, as we all know. God the Father, right? It's like a good parent who loves their child. They want the best for their child. They will absolutely discipline their child. They will guide them. They chasten them. Whom he loveth, he chasteneth. But I just today on my heart was feeling, I'm thankful that we don't have that God or false God that is against us, who's trying to trip us up. It's interesting that the image that people put out there of the various false gods, they remind me far more of Satan than they ever do of actual God. And I looked up some of the scriptures about the holiness of God. Again, not sure exactly which version they're quoting, but work with me here. Exodus 15:11, I'm reading on the screen above. Who is like you, O Lord, among the gods? Who is like you, majestic in holiness, awesome in glorious deeds, doing wonders? Like, this verse exemplifies exactly what was on my heart this morning. Who is like you, Lord? None. God is different than all of these false gods. He is God. He is our everything. He is the one who made us. He is what is real and what is true, not all the fake notions that we humans can come up with. And believe me, we can come up with a lot of them. I'll read these other scriptures real quick, but that first one, man, it just put right what was on my heart. Psalm 96:9, worship the Lord in splendor of holiness, tremble before him, all the earth. I think that was what Piper was kind of trying to talk about in that video I was listening, that when we worship him in the splendor of all holiness and tremble before him. Do we do that anymore? Very rarely have I encountered that kind of reverence in church or seen people display. Now, grant you, it may be because people display that privately. I am a very private person with my worship as well. I understand that. But are we having that reverence? Do we have that respect and awe for the holiness of God? Ezekiel 38:23. So I will show my greatness and my holiness and make myself known in the eyes of the nations. Then they will know that I am the Lord. And he does make himself known. He does set himself apart. 1 Samuel 2:2. There is none holy like the Lord. There's none besides you. There is no rock like our God. Revelation 15:4. Who will not fear, O Lord, and glorify your name? For you alone are holy. All nations will come and worship you, for your righteous acts have been revealed. And I think those two, particularly talking about the nations, that's a comfort to me right now, because you look at the news, you look at all the various things going on in the world, and I think a lot of us know and feel that trouble in our spirit, if you will. We see things that we are concerned about, and it's easy to let the worries consume you. But remember, who will not fear, O Lord, and glorify your name? For you alone are holy. All nations will come and worship you, for your righteous acts have been revealed. Eventually, every knee will bow, and that's a comfort to me. When you look around and you see so much wickedness, it's easy to get overwhelmed by that. But remember that holiness of God. Remember what an amazing God we serve. My kids and I have been doing science lessons, and We have an amazing curriculum I really love, highly recommend Science Shepherd, but it's a creation-focused curriculum, and it's frequently talking about the depths of complexity of the life that God has created. And I like being reminded of that, and I enjoy marveling at that, because I don't understand how anybody can look at that depth of complexity and deny God. I don't understand that. It is amazing when you look about at science and you see, wow, what an amazing, intelligent, brilliant, holy God has made, and how he's made things to work together. And then he knit us together in our mother's wombs. Wow. Anyway, I just wanted to ponder that holiness of God, some of that awe. I was just feeling it in my spirit today, and I don't even know if I've said enough. I don't know, just that quiet time with God, and that was what was on my mind. I debated if I should share that or keep that private, because like I said, very private person in that respect. But I don't know, felt the need to turn the thing on and talk to y'all for a bit. Hopefully it has in some way blessed you, or helped you out. I hope you all have a wonderful day.